Hello, fellow non-data immortals. It's me, again. Back with Apocalypse Game, now on version 0.25. Oh, that's lovely. By the way, if you popped over and threw some coin to my subscribe star, Rock Lobsters and above would have already gotten to preview this version before anybody else. Yay! So, in this version, I'll go back in here, and again, this here is a mod that I used to do experiments and work on stuff. But in 0.25, I've done a lot of updates. The first thing I did was finally integrate the fresh wood building components. You'll see I have the half plate, the walls, the barricade walls, the proxy for this done, the steps, so you can go up the steps and down the steps and up the steps and into the tree. Wait, do I? Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You can run and skip over tree. Okay, so this here too is also done. That's a full. I really do need to redo this model and this model, but I haven't gotten around to it. Anyway, so I've integrated all the fresh wood building parts. I've gone ahead and totally balanced them. So if I say ignore those, if I say do this, this is going to take a lot longer to break down. These items are going to take a good long time to break down. As you can see, they're not just instant breakdown. Instant breakdown. Nope. So I've also renamed their calls, the node calls for them, which is something more for modders to worry about if you want to mod the game. Which also means that if you pop these out in 0.24, I do apologize, since you can't get them except through, essentially creative/cheating. It don't matter, so don't worry. Like, it won't matter unless you do one of those two things, which will leave you with a little cube that says unknown item. Let's see, I've also programmed their proper crafting for these items as well. I fixed some crafting code so everything runs properly. I fixed an issue with some, which it says here on the notes, it says, breaking down of items failing to run. Must either have been 2 o'clock in the morning or editor me was writing that down. Anyway, so I also fixed some texture referencing errors on some stuff. I think it was just on these. Excuse me for constant coughing. I've also updated the crafting guide for these as well, and I did some legal work. So that's really it for this update. It's actually a lot. It's actually a lot of work for like just sitting down for, I don't know how many hours I had for 0.25. I didn't have too much, but I got in as much as I could. I was also trying to work with some people to see if I couldn't get some additional stuff set up. Pardon me for having a slight snivel, if you can hear the gross sounds. It's like it always starts up every other time that I record. So that's a thing. So hey, why don't I talk about something for the next one, 0.27, as that's coming out? Just to show you guys something really quickly. So 0.27, for those of you who are going on Dappercrab and the Dappercrab subscribe star and yeeting some coin our way, if you are Rock Lobster and above, you'll get 0.27. Hold on. Time 6,000. It's over 6,000. I can make it also over 9,000. Well, hold on. Let's make it over 9,000. 9,001. Puts the sun near noon. Anyway. So I also did some additional work for objects. You can see I don't have their proper build or proper previews. but I managed to fully model these guys. Now, I've also done the bats, so you'll get those in 0.27, and then you'll get to these guys. And I'll talk about those a little bit more next time. But hey, if you're a Dapper Crab subscriber, you will get them early! Yay! And then you can yell at me about how terribly they're programmed, and how I need to do X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah. But hey! Yeah, that's totally fine. I don't care. But yeah, by all means, I greatly appreciate suggestions or, comments and criticism, especially from, like, the early updates and stuff like that, because that definitely helps out. It helps me make a more fun game for you. And yeah, it's kind of like this circle of awesome, so yay. Anyway, with that said, I got one other thing to talk about. We've got 6 minutes. Enter me, it's 6 minutes, right? Okay, cool. So I got a little bit more to talk about. Let's see here. I wanted to talk about my thoughts on 2 things. The first thing is, if I can stop moving. The first thing is continually doing this monthly, and 2, the one thing that just vacated itself from my mind, come back here, no, put that suitcase down. Come back here, thoughts, put that suitcase and cane down. Yes, and the top hat, thank you. I've been trying very hard to do these every single month and bring them out every single month. I know I've had stuff in the past where I'll sit down and I'll say, hey, I want to do X. I want to do X. I want to do this one thing. I want to turn around and do this maybe every 2 or 3 months or something, so at least I've got some good updates. Because what I keep running into is winding up having to build small components for updates. So, for example, these bats are small component updates, because originally what was happening initially for 0.27 was originally going to be me finishing up, or trying to not finish up, but work on the furnaces a little bit more. But as I went through the whole, what do you call it? The whole, like, setup for what I was going to do and everything, the scheduling, I realized that it was going to take an incredibly long period of time. And people told me they wanted to start seeing the next biome, start seeing towns. So I realized I can't do that in towns at the same time. So I always have these, like, adding weapons and equipment and stuff like that in. But I realized, like, I'm spending a long time adding these additional components. So I'm sitting here like, wait, what do I do? Like, oh crap. So, like, I'll spend maybe a third of the time working on these when I should be working on, say, getting in towns. So I managed to get 2 models. I wanted to get in a third one, but I couldn't do that. So I'm going to put that up hopefully after I post this. I'm going to remember or post a sticky note to be like, hey guys, here is a thing. And I know I keep clapping, but I'm hearing noises in the other room. Spooky. Okay, but I keep wanting to build these, but yeah, I just lost my train of thought. But I'm going to put up a poll over in Dapper for everybody to check out. I'm probably going to start doing polls for, like, Dapper Crab and above. So if you yeet me $1, if you yeet me $1, if you yeet me $5, you yeet me $10, then what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and, like, also have a poll for you guys who do that as a thank you. Like, you can make other decisions that the free people who come into the Discord server can't. They can't make those decisions, but you can. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm going to talk over with the person who is also helping me work on this game and see their thoughts on that. The second thing, as it keeps trying to skitter away, is the furnace and the other thing. The furnace and the town. So, like I was talking about earlier, super quickly, furnaces don't... My headset is shaky. There's something loose inside. I gotta take it apart. But furnaces, after going through the scheduling, I realized that after I was pseudocoding it, this was going to take a lot of work. because the furnace isn't just one furnace, it's actually 3 separate systems I tried to roll into one. So there's like 3 separate systems that call one big system, and I realized like I can either do like it's not going to work, not without taking a tremendous amount of time. And on top of that, there's no items that will use the furnace other than bottled water and cooking animals, and that'll be for the cooking system, which I decided. No, if I do implement it, like if people really still want that and I have to implement it, or I'm going to implement it, I'm probably going to start off by just taking the existing code, which I try to stay away from. I try to write my own code from scratch, which is why I like wrote a bunch of pseudocode for a new furnace. But like, I just don't have time to like go through and test every single component very quickly. So what ended up happening, what might happen is I might just take the existing system from Mindtest game. That's like the base game that you get just to show you like all the features of the game, and might temporarily implement a modified version of that, which isn't too hard, and that'll let people cook stuff. But there's still no reason to do that until I get the animals in. So I'm thinking about not worrying about furnace for now and just focusing on towns. The idea is towns, then city, then it's town, city, and wasteland, and then Mecca. I might actually stop at city and then just do Mecca and not worry about wasteland for a while. Wasteland's like essentially end the game, and just start putting in the different monsters that need to be put into the areas. And then once I get in the monsters, then I can get into the final part of the game, which is quite literally just sitting down and letting players like mod themselves, which is really cool. The mutation system I end up creating, and I won't get too much into it, but the mutation system is kind of what I wanted Fallout 4 the Fallout series to eventually have, but they never implemented into that game. I was like, oh, yeah, like I want to be able to kill creatures and then be able to like suddenly have Deathclaw legs or something and run faster. That's really cool. Or be like, look like a Deathclaw, look like like one of the various monsters a little bit, because that looks cool. Like you kill them, you get their DNA, and then so that's the system that I'm working on, and it's doable. And you can see, it's getting dark. It's getting dark. Drop the sick beat. Okay, let's fix that. Time 9001. It's over 9,000. But anyway, those are my ideas. You can drop down below. What you think. Do you like some of these ideas? Do you think do you think I should just not, do you think you'd just rather have the furnace system implemented, or would you rather me just continue on the other stuff and worry about, giving you guys, fresh water in the future, rather than have that like the only purpose? Anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate you coming by and listening to me drabble on about a video game that was originally just for my portfolio and to teach some people how to make video games. Holy crap, I can't believe how far this has gone. It's so cool. Oh, thank you so much. I am so happy people really enjoy this. But with that said and done, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you like what I do, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Consider joining our Discord. Yes, we have a Discord. Go check it out. It's really cool. We got memes. We have the memes. We have all sorts of crazy stuff. And obviously, I've got the subscribe star too. If you subscribe, you can get cool stuff early and a bunch of other prizes. But Editor Me is screaming and pulling at me away. Okay, so I'm leaving. Have a wonderful rest of your day and stay awesome. Till next time. Peace. Or I'm out. Or whatever the cool kids say nowadays.